Late on a bill, skipped a payment, overextended on your credit. These are all things that can cause your credit score to sink. On this week's Money Monday, we're joined by Howard Dvorkin, chairman of Debt.com. It is great to see you once again.
Great to see you.
So sometimes there are nefarious things going on that can bring your credit score down, but most of the time it's our own doing.
You don't have to work that hard to screw your credit reports up. And the fact of the matter is, you may not even intentionally do it. Right now, our mail service in this country is terrible, and the check may not have gotten to where it needs to go, which will impact your credit tremendously. I mean, late payments are 30% of the score so it does hurt when you make those payments late.
What about credit balances?
I mean, if you use your credit cards and max them out every month, that also is going to hit you and hurt you. It's the credit utilization rate is another big factor in that score that evaluates you for future credit limitations.
And we have done quite a few interviews together, and you're always a proponent of checking your credit score, checking your credit report. Now, I want to talk a little bit quickly about what the difference is between the two, because to get your credit report, what does that information typically show you?
The credit report will show you actual accounts that you owe and essentially your history of payments and how much the balances you owe, or if you owe anything, which is very detailed. It'll also show you some public information at times, and it used to show you some collection items, but now medical items and court information is not being reported on the credit bureaus, which is good for the consumer because there was a lot of inaccuracies. However, credit scores is a secret algorithm that is made, and it is a little bit complicated. It's made by two companies. One is the credit bureaus themselves, and the other one is your Fair Isaac score. And basically, your FICO score is the one that's predominantly used out there. And that is a combination of making your payments on time, how much you utilize your credit limits, and a bunch of other things that come into play, and even how many times you have your credit pulled. So if you pull that credit report, know that that's going to impact your credit score by 4 points every time you do that. And it's interesting. I've had people come to me where they went into a car dealer and they didn't have great credit to start with, but more importantly, the car dealer was trying to get them a loan, and they pulled it 20 times, and that's 80 points off of already poor credit score.
That's a lot. That is a lot. And when you go to apply for a loan or you're shopping around for a car, things like that, you always want to be upfront with the salesperson to say, are you going to be pulling my credit score? Or you get on the phone with your credit card company, oh, we've got a new offer for you. Always ask them the question, does this require you to pull my credit score? And they're required to tell you yes or no.
Well,
right?
The fact of the matter, the salesperson is not going to pull your credit report. It's usually a finance manager. The problem is that the only interest they have is making sure you drive out of that dealership with a new car. So they don't care about your credit score, what the future impacts are. They want to sell you something. So even when you tell them that, they may not be as honest as you would like them to be.
Yeah, that would be very irritating if someone just went ahead and did it without asking you first.
It happens more than you know.
All the time. Before we go to a break, so real quick, annualcreditreport.com, that's where you can get your free credit report. It's once a year, but have they changed things so that you can pull it more
Typically, it's
often?
once a year. Because of the pandemic, they let you pull your credit report weekly. Now, for the compulsive obsessive person like myself, that's a great thing. But most people don't need to pull it weekly. They could pull it monthly, or truthfully, they could pull it every few months.
And then to get your credit score, your FICO credit score, because that's really the one that everybody uses.
You have to work a little harder. There are some places you can get it. Even your credit card company may give it to you for free.
That's true. Well, all very good advice. Howard, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
So great to see you.
Great to see you.
We're back after this.